Ruby Rose is Kate Kane. Alliteration party! I never realized before that Ruby Rose has a name that seems like it comes straight out of the comics. And the internet, by the way, is thrilled with this casting, which I'm sure puts a smile on the CW's face. I mean, they're not even sure if they're going to greenlight a full series around Batwoman, but based on the excitement around this announcement, I think it's, I don't know. I think it's looking stronger at the moment, but I think there's a little bit of a problem here. But I'm getting ahead of myself, right? So first off, Ruby Rose certainly does check all of the boxes for this role. She's an openly LGBT actress. That's been a big thing of late, wanting to cast people. It's a complicated scenario because if you have only LGBT actors playing LGBT characters, can they therefore play straight characters if it's not a two-way street in one direction? But that's a whole other can of worms, right? But this is something that people have really wanted to happen, which I think is adding to the excitement of this casting announcement. And she first came to fame on Orange is the New Black, Netflix's show, which aggressively highlights lesbian relationships. And she's also become a B-movie genre staple with movies like Resident Evil, The Final Chapter, Triple X, The Return of Xander Cage, and John Wick Chapter 2. I thought she did the best job in that last one. And like a Batwoman series itself, it all sounds great on paper, but we'll have to see again what happens re-execution. Now again, this character will debut on the CW's annual DC crossover this fall, and as I said, if things go well, that she will get her own solo series for the 2019-2020 season. Now here's how I feel about it. I mean, this is great. This is really great from a distance, but so I kind of hate having to say anything negative about it. But here's the reality. I think Ruby Rose has a great look. When she first came on my radar, I was like, she does look cool. She's very striking, and she certainly stands out with loads of leading lady charisma. At least you think she would have it. Because the problem is that having seen her a few times now in the films that I just mentioned, she's not a particularly good actress. And what's more, she's not even good at executing action scenes. She basically looks really good until she's asked to do anything. I'm sorry to say it, but if you're familiar with Ruby Rose's work, you know it's true. Her casting reminds me a bit of Finn Jones as Danny Rand. Sure, she looks the part, but I don't believe she can be the part. That second one is crucial because a great actor can prove that they are a character even if they don't look like that character. They can change it, which is the conversation a lot of people had about Iron Fist as to whether or not they should cast an Asian American in the role. A way that I would have liked to have gone. Although it's interesting, I think Ruby Rose actually is going to shift Batwoman away very much from the way the character was depicted in the comics. I think the show has no choice. So let me explain. Ruby Rose, to be fair, is on the same level talent-wise as most of the CW and now DC streaming casting choices. The DC empire that inexplicably keeps expanding despite constant complaining about Greg Berlanti and Jeff Johns' work there. They keep ordering more of this, and for some reason handed over the DC streaming shows to that team. And I have no doubt, again, that she'll make a striking Batwoman. I'm sure she'll look amazing in the suit. Although I also don't think, because of her physicality, she's not going to look like Batwoman from the comics. To borrow from a recent blockbuster film, Mission Impossible Fallout, she's not a hammer, and Batwoman is very much a hammer in the comics. So they'll have to change this character to be more of a scalpel. Her casting, in fact, reminds me also of Jason Momoa, who was more of a personality than an actor. In fact, I think Jason Momoa and Ruby Rose are very similar in the types of personalities that they are. And so far, luckily, it seems that James Wan has done a great job tailoring the Aquaman movie to Momoa instead of vice versa, as actors are usually asked to do, right? Momoa can't change, so let's change everything to suit Momoa. And I think that's going pretty well. So maybe Caroline Dries, the writer and executive producer for this Batwoman show, or potential Batwoman show, maybe she can build the series around Ruby Rose's strengths while sidestepping her weaknesses. But if that is the case, that means we're in for a Kate Kane as different from the comic book version as Jason Momoa's Aquaman. So bottom line, this is a great step forward for LGBT talent, and it's a big step forward for the character of Batwoman. But I don't think anything lasting will come out of this. That will be up to whoever builds on this moment. So that's my thoughts for Ruby Rose cast as Batwoman. I can't wait to see more, but I don't have a lot of faith in this capturing the magic again of what Greg Rucka created for the character, and J.H. Williams III. So write your thoughts down below. But you know, a lot of people aren't familiar with the character, so maybe Ruby Rose will be their Batwoman. But I'm curious how you feel about this. Again, share your thoughts down below, and of course, as always, you can check out some more videos right now.